In today's adventure, we explore two presidential libraries separated by 104 miles, located at the two largest universities in Texas. We have in the blue corner Lyndon B. Johnson Presidential Library, located at the University of Texas in Austin. And then we have President George H.W. Bush Library, located at the Texas A&M. In today's video, we will explore both. We will be going on a full tour, so follow along and let's get this adventure started. Welcome to Travel Adventures with Eric B. I'm Eric B. If you're new here. I offer travel advice. I am a solo traveler and I do vlogs to help you travel better and more efficiently. First up, we visit the President Lyndon B. Johnson Presidential Library, located on the campus of the University of Texas here in Austin. This library opened in 1971 and celebrates the presidency of the 36th U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson, who was president from 1963 to 1969. This 14-acre building goes all the way up 10 floors, and it celebrates all of the many accomplishments of President Johnson, as well as the time that he served in Vietnam. So follow along and let's get this adventure started. And you can see right there the price, and $16 for adults and so on.
Rational way out then will be to negotiate, not as victims, but as an and then eventually
guys went back to the pink bump and just pushed the run out. If you started, they left.
When I first got off in that truck, it didn't smell right, it didn't look right. I'm seeing tents and boxes. I'm getting those shiny boots dirty, you know. We took pride in that.
I got there in September 9th, 1967. It's just utter awe, I guess you would say. They opened the door, it's just like opening an oven. Temperature basically over here was 115, 120 degrees. Monsoon season. It rains.
There was this thing that looked like a dog going over it. It was around. It probably, the tip of its tail, the end of its nose, I think it was 22 inches.
Tell them what to eat. It's rain. Just some of the things that was dry as bad. My skills are here. My problems are.
I chose not to go.
At Boy Inn, they did have horseshoe pits. I never played horseshoe. We played music from the old school. Temptations, Lion and Family Saint. My best days was when I was in the rear. After we'd come up with operation. If you didn't know it for a long time. We had to learn to trust one another. I had a couple fights with guys. When we are in the field, we knew we had to protect one another. The man had followed us. And that's what we did. And after that, telegraph broke. We're immune.
Give a shit. And that's a good thing. Automatic.
It's not the case supposed to have to deal with it everyday life. It's very simple. It's black and white. You do your job and if you're lucky, you stay alive. If you're not lucky, go. Just, you know, it's kind of difficult.
the VC would come down and take their rights or take their weapons. Make sure that he didn't have anything, because I'd seen guys patrol.
Immensely the indigenous personnel. That's her support. J Tribe was very outstanding. If it were necessary,
lots of times when people had nowhere to go, they would come to our gates and we would bring them in. And on occasion, I had to take care of a couple of them. They're fighting for wars just for any duties. All people checked out.
Accordingly, I shall not seek, and I will not accept the nomination of my party for another term as your president. But let men everywhere know, however, that I should devote an hour or a day of my time to any personal partisan causes or to any duties of
King Jr. was killed tonight in Memphis, Tennessee.
Johnson uses the tragedy of Dr. King's death to hasten the passage of the Fair Housing Act, which bans discrimination in housing, discrimination in federal jury selections, and he diversifies high levels of government, appointing the first African Americans to the Supreme Court, the cabinet.
Dedicated to doing what he believed was for the best interest. Some disappointments, and always good for the greatest number.
They actually named the two girls, you know, Linda, her name is Linda.
I'm gonna see Grandma.
All right, folks. So now we had 104 miles to the University of Texas rival Texas A&M here in College Station, Texas, and we are now on their campus at President George H.W. Bush's Presidential Library, which opened in 1997, $12 for admission. This library cost $43 million to open, and it was renovated in 2007. It's now 29 1,000 acres in size, celebrating the life of the 41st President of the United States. Also in this library, well, in the back of this library, you'll see later on that President George W. Bush, his daughter Robin, who died at a young age, and his wife, former First Lady Barbara Bush, are all buried here. This library has many exhibits here, including the Marine One helicopter, the Union Pacific locomotive, of course, George H.W. Bush's early life and family, including his time served in World War II, and many exhibits about the 1990 Gulf War. So follow along. Let's get this adventure started.
College, and I knew I wanted to get out of there fast. I knew I wanted to go get a job. Out of the East as we did, but I loved it from the minute we got there, and we've been Texans ever since.
And I do not mistrust the future. I do not fear what is ahead. We are great, but our will is greater. And if our flaws are endless, God's love is truly boundless.
Administrations, friends, and family came together to celebrate and dedicate the opening of the George Bush Presidential Library and Museum.
I don't know if Lou Gehrig, my great idol, said it first, but I do know that he said it best. Today I feel like the luckiest person in the world.
But then there was an instant feeling of a surge of patriotism in the whole country, and I think I felt that the minute I heard it. I think my reaction was the same as every other American. Dad didn't really object. He saw my mind was made up. He did nothing but encourage me.
On June 9th, 1943, he learned to fly the Avenger, sang to the Pacific to support America's offensive.
Touch Football talked about their common interest, the oil business. As a couple, George and Barbara were in fact, that's what allows us to relate so easily to the Bush family story.
So right back here behind the museum, this is the burial spot of George H.W. Bush, Barbara Bush, and the young daughter Robin. And folks, I really enjoyed this this trip. I enjoyed both presidential libraries. I recommend go to both of them if you can. So you're in Austin, the LBJ Library. It's a lot of Vietnam and a lot of social justice and social issues and things that LBJ did in his era. The programs that he brought to the U.S. that we know every day. And President Bush Library, also a fantastic one. You got a little bit of Desert Storm here, a lot about his history in World War II. Very good library. I recommend both. So the question is, with one library being on the University of Texas campus and the other one being on Texas A&M's campus, so what happens if you're a Democrat at Texas A&M or a Republican at Texas? Which library you preferring then? I really want to know that because because I know everyone's going to take pride in having a library on their campus. And that's all, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I ask that you please hit the like, please hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification so you can know when I have more videos coming out. And as always, remember, live today, grow today, tomorrow's never guaranteed. Peace and travel. Lots and lots of travel. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like, share, subscribe button. Leave any comments below. I love to interact. And if you would like to help the channel continue to grow, please consider hitting that join button and becoming a member of the Peace Corps and help us to continue to grow as a travel community.